Hello, everybody. Welcome to the GLEC stream. We are doing League of Legends tonight. Tonight it is against Bethel University versus Ohio Wesleyan University. Going straight into draft, we've got Renata picked up for Ohio Wesleyan, and we have Leona for Bethel. So far we've got both supports picked, so it's kind of interesting. A lot of the time you see in pro play, they'll pick more support later on but for this one, it seems like we're picking ADC support almost immediately.
Yeah, as you can see, some of the bans initially are also support heavy, so I feel like they're just trying to ban them out, and that's why they're picking.
Yep. Um, Looks like for Bethel, we banned Ari, Jin, and Zed. And we've got a Sivir pick already, so we've already got a very interesting team comp for Bethel's side.
Yeah, it does not surprise me that we picked ADC Aphelios. I feel like that's usually our go-to.
Okay, yeah. Jungle pick has been picked for Ohio Wesleyan with the Amumu. Their side banned Pike, Oriana, and Tom Kench. So some very different styles of bans from both sides. Um, Mordekaiser looks to be hovered here, so that could go top, that could go jungle. But we are going to pick Pantheon, which again could go in a similar manner. It even could go middle.
And there's the set ban. I think it's because our top laner has been playing a lot of set. I think that's why you guys banned that one out.
Yeah, I did see that. It was a very interesting thing to see because I'm like, it's a strong pick if we do a more tanky comp, which early on it does appear we do have a slightly tankier comp. So set is a really good ban because it counters out a lot of what they can do.
And there's the Gwyn ban from our side.
Yeah, Gwen is pretty good. It is an interesting ban as the only current tank you guys have is a Mumu, which does offer quite a lot of crowd control and map control in comparison to a couple of like other more attack focused junglers.
Yeah.
Does look like Bethel has banned Annie.
And then we also banned Silas. Okay. So we have all the bans out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I think we're gonna pick top lane last. I don't know why.
Okay.
I feel like we always hold out for that one. But
Well,
who had first pick? Was it you guys?
so you guys did because you guys are blue side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So it looks like Bethel is going to hold out for top pick or top for their last pick. So that's an interesting situation. Victor is picked, so we've got more of a scaling mid lane for Bethel's side. Let's see what Ohio Wesleyan picks for their top and mid.
They're waiting for the last.
Okay, so we
Okay,
got a
Orn.
Ornn.
Orn top.
Okay, so Gwenban makes a lot more sense here. Now that you guys have two tanks, it's a hard counter to Ornn, so it makes sense. Yeah. Um, yeah. So a big thing that I'm seeing, at least with like the Bethel bands, it looks like we kind of focused a little bit more on the mid lane. Tell me a little about that.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like our bands are not our usual bands that we go for. I feel like having the first pick Pike, that was kind of weird for support because usually we want to ban out like top lane, mid lane. So that's
Okay.
definitely interesting. And then we have the Akali pick. Okay, so Akali mid, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, funny enough, our mid laner is he does play Pike middle, so it is a
Okay. Does
good
he
chance.
flex?
He will. Yeah, it's a good flex pick that could exist. But not only that, but I mean, it's just one of a really strong pick overall if played correctly. The
Yeah.
execute, the gold bonus.
I play
A lot
Pike
of-
actually. I'm a Pike main, so I
Yeah,
understand.
fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. It does look like Darius is the last one, so that is another pretty solid counter to Ornn, if I'm not mistaken. Um,
Yeah. I'm gonna be excited to see how this plays out.
yeah,
I love top lane.
yeah, fair enough. The Victor Akali lane is kind of interesting. Victor has the ability to kind of counter a lot of stuff, especially like hard engaged champions. So it'll be very interesting to see how that matchup goes down.
Overall though, I'm excited for game one.
Yeah. Game one is shaping up to be a very interesting matchup. Um, any other thoughts for the draft?
I think we're ready to go.
Alrighty. So let's go over to the rosters. Alrighty. So let's go top to support. So for Bethel's team, we have Inting Not Simping. His name is Max. He is a sophomore, I believe, this year. Um, sophomore, junior. Don't know exactly, but yeah, he's been pretty solid so far.
Yeah. For Ohio Wesleyan, we have Xavier Greeley, also known as 40 Leaf, and he's a
Oh, you cut out there.
and he's a sophomore.
Okay. Yeah. Uh, going down the list, we have Jer, also known as Jeremy. He is our jungler. He is a this is his first year here, and I believe he is a senior.
And then at Ohio Wesleyan, we have Jaeong, also known as a Futile Thing, and he's a sophomore as well.
Alrighty, and then for mid lane, we have Kadoni. His name is Ray. He's also a senior. Plays a lot of interesting picks.
Okay, and then for Ohio Wesleyan, we have Heroes W, also known as Abdu, and he is a freshman this year, so first season.
That's always wonderful to have. I mean, it's always nice to have freshmen coming in and always, wide range of people. For ADC, we have Orlando, also known as Rariana. He's played every position on our team.
But he
But
can
he's
definitely flex anywhere.
yeah, exactly. But he's also a senior.
Okay, and then for Ohio Wesleyan University, we have Maddie Ice, also known as Matt, and he's also a freshman. So a lot of freshmen on our team.
Yeah. Going right back into for support, we have Deadpool Troll V, also known as Manuel. We call him Manny. He is a senior. We have a lot of seniors on our team. Um, but yeah, he's played a couple different positions for our team in the past. But this is his first year playing sport, so it'll be very interesting to see how this goes.
Yeah, and then finally we have Paintbrush, also known as Dylan, and he's also a freshman. So 3 out of 5 on the starting lineup are freshmen.
Hey, just like ours with three out of, or well, ours is 4 out of 5 for seniors, but hey.
Mhm.
So yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and take a break here until the match starts. So we'll see you then. Alrighty, and we are right back. Looking over at Bethel's side, it looks like they're gonna go for a potential slight invade. Maybe just go for vision here.
Yeah,
Yep. So they got
I
their
see they're
vision.
kind of pulling back.
Yeah. So it looks like so Jer put down his vision, which is the jungler for Pantheon did. So that's actually gives it quite a bit of amount of information. But it looks like on Ohio Wesleyan, there's 3 wards that went out total.
Yeah, that is something we've been working on. We've been wanting to have more vision and control over the map, so I definitely see why they did that.
Okay. So it looks like current vision is in there, or for you guys, is in the top side bush or pixel bush, one down in the jungle bush, and I'm trying to find where that third one is. Might be a doubled up. Oh no, it was instantly destroyed. Never mind. That was also on Raptors. And then the last one that you guys have got out is on our Raptor pit. Okay. So standard lane stuff. We're just preparing for everything to start. Interesting though. Something I did catch. Sivir with Cole. So that start gives her a little bit more of a gold lead, and a little bit more sustainability. But it does kind of put her a little bit behind on like long-term trades.
Do you think there's a reason she did that?
My suspicion is just because of how fast Sivir can wave clear. She just has the ability to kind of get that wave taken care of and probably get it cleared out pretty quickly. I mean, as we can see, she's already got 12 stacks of it done, which is interesting because she has 13 CS. So very interesting. Got a little bit of poke coming out from mid lane. Looks like just a trade lane, but we do have Deadpool coming
Oh,
in. So it's a very interesting level 2 gank. Um, surprisingly, uh, they didn't get the lane swap activated with going middle this early. Unless that's a top lane thing. Could be completely wrong. Um, good amount of just trading for top lane. Both have Doran's shields, so it's going to be an equal trade fest as long as Ornn plays safe, which he has been doing pretty well so far.
lots of pings going on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it makes sense. It's just communicating where people are. So Bethel does know Moo is bot side, so that is a good thing to know, or to keep in mind, and see how Bethel plays around that. So it'll be very interesting. Drag is up in a minute 30, so that's another major thing to keep in mind.
Yeah. I think what I'm excited for is to see how they set up for objectives and to see like which team, moves forward into like establishing early game objectives.
Yeah, yeah. So it does look like Pantheon is a little bit ahead actually on his clear rate. He does have 32 stacks left on his thing, which is interesting. Which it just went down to 31. So he is one camp ahead technically because of the scuttle grab.
This might be a kill right here. Oh, very close.
Middle does. Oh, it does kill. The bleed effect does get the kill. It does look like a gank middle. Leona having flashed, but she does have Hex Flash, meaning she still does have advantage here. They did pull the Akali flash out, so she's really far into our jungle, which is good information-wise. She knows that, hey, our red camp's down, but that's kind of to be expected with, being mirrored.
Yeah, and a lot of roaming from Leona right now.
Yeah. She is level 3, so she does kind of put herself into a disadvantage, but at the same time, it allows Sivir to get some solo farm. But with the Renata having stayed, it does put a lot more pressure for the bot lane. From the pings, it sounds like Bethel might be immediately going for Dragon. Well, we do have a good engage from Intercontinental. He gets the full bleed stacks off, and he gets potentially a second kill early on. The bleed stacks do stay for a little bit longer, but I believe they fall off, and Ornn is allowed to back here. But that doesn't mean much, as Darius is still pushing. He still has the ability to get a couple plates, but it does look like both of them are going to back here.
Yeah, I think they do want to set up for Drake.
Yeah. It does look like Bethel doesn't know about the vision in their Tribush. Ooh, that is a good stun coming out from Kadoni. Getting a really nasty trade onto the Akali. Deadpool Troll V moving right in, meeting with the Amumu. He does get a little bit of the XP hitting level 4, but I think that's a fair trade-off here, as it does allow him to level up an ability.
We have both teams trying to fight for Drake right now. I think they're both trying to set up vision, but
Yeah. And honestly, that's how this game plays sometimes. But you see, Rabiana immediately goes back bot, sees, hey, I can't get anything here. I might as well get the XP, get some more gold. He does have the CS advantage still with Cole, so he does have a gold advantage.
I think they're gonna go try to get the Sivir.
Yeah, but remember, she does have a spell shield, so if Amumu tries to engage, she can just spell shield out, immediately cancels out his hook. That is something that he can't, or Rabiana can play around. Looks like the start of a proxy. We know where Amumu's at, so that makes sense that he can just proxy for free here. And it does look like Bethel does get the first dragon. So, what are your thoughts on Hex Tech drags?
Yeah, I mean, it's still early on, so, not the best for Owu right now, but I think, if we prioritize other objectives, I think we should be good.
Ooh, that's a
Although they do get a trade there.
Yeah.
But I think, it's going to be a one-on-one trade.
Yeah. It is a little rougher on Uru's side, though, because with the Pantheon getting a jungler having a little bit more money allows for a couple more things. Ooh, Leona walking straight into that Amumu. Does potentially die here just because of the different things that she can do, and she does fall.
Giving the Aphelios a kill, yeah.
So that actually that puts Aphelios ahead by about, I'd say, 200 gold. And with Sivir just having back there, that does put Bethel into an interesting position. So they do have item advantage now with the dagger, or not dagger, the longsword pickaxe. So that's 3580 there versus the dirk, which is, I believe, is only 25 plus some lethality. So Sivir does have a little bit more damage, but I think with Aphelios having the better auto attacks right now because of his kit, I think he does still win that fight. Bit of counter jungling happening here. Amumu does know they're here. He doesn't realize they know where he's at. The call probably is being made, and I believe it has. That
yeah, and Heroes is going out to try to help him, but I don't think it's worth.
Ooh, a good Pantheon ult to follow up, and Bethel does claim the Feat of Warfare. So, what does that mean for well, one
For Owu.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. I was saying Uwu, and I was like, wait.
Sorry. All right. But what does that mean? So it means that they need to either get both a tower, first tower, or 3 objectives to win the Feat of War or feats, which are just free boot upgrades. But it does look like things are going pretty interesting. Bethel's already claiming the 2nd objective on the map. This is really strong with their team comp, getting Void Grubs here. And it does look like they're going to continue just taking as much as they can, but on the other side, Amumu and our jungle taking the blue buff. So the counter jungling is being done for both sides. It's making sure that everything's done. Bethel's vision, though, on the blue side, or enemy blue side, is really solid. It lets them know if anybody's coming up. It does. I think they did clear a ward, so it did clear out a little bit of the vision for like the blue camp, the Gromp, but that's still pretty solid. Bethel moving down, trying to save as much of the farms as they can. Does look like they were able to save the Gromp. So that's pretty strong. Let's Bethel get a little bit further ahead. So it does look like a little bit, a bit of damage is coming out from Owu, allowing them to kind of just poke down Leona a little bit. It's a pretty solid option. A couple wards come out to the river bushes, so Pantheon knows, hey, he can come in through the river, or through the lane, which is an interesting type of gank for this matchup. Does get spotted though, meaning he does have to back off, but he does still have his ult available to him. Minute 15 on Dragon.
I do notice there's like a lot of vision going on right now, and like they are trying to clear them, but I'm like Bethel right now holds like the majority vision of the map.
Yeah. Bethel currently with a 1.7k. I'm just not even gonna try and catch up with it because every time I speak, it just keeps going up.
It's increasing, yeah.
So good trade from Canoni onto the Akali, getting a half health trade there. But Akali does just have the ability to do a lot here.
Mumu comes in, gets that.
Pantheon ult comes in, Akali does fall, but so does the Victor. Couple little skirmishes middle, a little bit of damage coming out, but nothing comes from that. Top lane, just a farming festival up there. It is an island, so it does make sense that would be the case.
I mean, I think that Ornn is trying to just play safe right now.
Yeah.
You know, with the stacks and the bleed, I feel like he's just trying to not cause another death.
That's fair, yeah. It does look like he's probably going to be going Sunfire Aegis here. Bethel is a very AD. Barely missing on that knockup is a little rough.
And there's the ult.
Yep. He does land that. Does he get the brittle stack? He does get the brittle stack off. So that does give a little bit of cautionary tale to Darius, which it does look like he's going to back here. But as I was saying, looks like Ornn might be going Sunfire Aegis here, which is a good defensive item. It allows him to farm a little bit easier. He does
have Owu with the second Drake.
Yeah. So looks like an all-out skirmish is going to go down. Ooh, that's a really good
stun. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
and the shutdown.
A good Renata ult, especially considering Sivir just activated her Ricochet at that time. So that's allowed Renata to get a lot of damage out from Sivir. Orin just tanking tower shots because of the Leona stun and the Victor cage there. It does end up being a 1-for-2 trade there. So, they did get the Drake, which is Mountain Drake, so that's a solid armor and magic resistance buff for your guys' team. Ooh, doesn't cancel the back there. And yeah, Cadoni is even like, huh? Yeah. So first items have been starting to be built. So Darius getting Black Cleaver makes sense. With the Ornn and the Mumu, it's going to shred some of the resistances. And with it being an AD heavy team, it makes sense to try and shred as much armor as you can. A good engage. Ornn missing the wall bouncing or wall again. Does look like Darius gets an ult off on the Amumu here. Doesn't use it. Oh, because he doesn't have it up yet. That would make sense why he didn't use it.
Heroes coming in to help.
Yep.
Might get this kill.
Ooh, the healing, the follow-up from the
Pantheon just came in. Yeah.
Ooh.
Barely
doesn't have
that one.
Yeah. Didn't have up the 5 stacks yet for when he did the Q, so it doesn't do as much damage. But hey, Pantheon in their in OU's jungle again, immediately just trying to take as much as they can, get the lead pushing forward. They do get the blue buff. It is past 10 minutes, so blue buff has a secondary effect now, so it does or not secondary effect, but secondary use. So Leona now has more mana regeneration, so that's pretty solid. Yeah. Okay. Looking at junglers though, right now, Amumu with the Leandres, solid 2% max health burn. Leona getting a bit of damage dealt to her, but hey, that shoved him off of the Victor, which is really a solid play there. Allows the Victor to get out, get back around, reposition. So that's pretty solid for Bethel's side. Pantheon, there's so much fighting going on this match.
He really wants that tower.
He does, and hey, I mean, for good reason.
He's taking the turret shots just for it. Yeah, first turret right there.
Well, that's also feats for Bethel's side. So not only does that give feats, I honestly thought he was going to chase because he did use Ghost. He plus with the Boots of Swiftness buff from getting feats there, I thought he might have chased, but he didn't. But Sivir middle takes out the Amumu. Yes. Good.
For Rift here.
Okay. Yeah. So Pantheon does have Eclipse, which does give him a little bit of shield and a little bit of percentile damage. Akali, she's got Storm Surge, so she's got a lot more burst damage that she's looking to try and do. And if she's not able to kill the person, she's hoping that Storm Surge might just do a little bit enough damage to confirm kills. Victor on the other side is playing more for his first hit combos. So he's playing more just the overall burst. It doesn't matter if you get the kill, just push them behind. Aphelios has Collector. Collector's a good execute at 5% health, gives a little bit of extra gold when he gets a kill too. He does have the potential to proc it quite a lot if he plays his cards right. They do know Mumu's there due to the Victor having used Sweeper. Heal does come out from the...
There's the stun.
Ooh.
Got a shutdown. I think they're both going to go for it.
Yeah. Ooh, maybe not, with Leona being there with the Leona ult, but yeah.
I mean, Leona's pulling back, I think, as well.
Doesn't look like it.
Oh, Pantheon ult. Yeah.
Yeah, so it does look like quite a lot is going down on Bethel's side. They did lose 3 people there. I believe a couple shutdowns, or 1 shutdown as well.
Yeah, 1 shutdown.
Yeah. So a lot was just given up, but knowing that everybody is bot side, Bethel does take the advantage of that and begins to use the Rift Herald, trying to take the tier 2, trying to get 625 gold on Darius, and it goes through. So Darius has a massive gold advantage right now. He does have pickaxe. He could build a lot of things. Not sure what he could be building into right now. So
But they did take the Infernal Drake, so that was something. But I did notice that the jungler is actually bot or top side.
yeah, so it is like it makes sense. Try to send somebody who's a little bit more tankier, has a little bit more damage, to try and stop the Darius. Amumu does have a little bit more wave clear than Ornn, but it was an interesting back. I guess with the only two people on the map being Leona and Darius, it makes sense. Just send somebody to try and clear top. So that is an interesting play. Okay. So Cole is has been completed on Sivir for a little bit. So she does have a solid gold lead here. Akali could recast. I don't think she is, just because it's a really bad position for her, with knowing the Leona and the Pantheon was there, so it makes sense that she doesn't recast it there. Items-wise, just finishing up with the last 3 characters. Sivir has Essence Reaver. Makes sense, she is a very mana-hungry character, so having the ability to just not have to worry about it as much is good. Does look like Sivir is likely to fall here, and she is. Amumu,
I thought he was gonna get that for a second. He was gonna leave.
yeah. I'm honestly surprised the damage that came out from the Leona there. But hey, Leona does get the trade off, or so now it's a 1-for-1. So interesting. Interesting. Looks like both sides did go for Lock of the Eye and Solari. So extra shield power, always solid for both teams to have. Sivir does have second item available to her, and that is going to be Navari Quick Blades. Oh, trying to remember item names is fun. Flash does come out from both supports. A little bit more of an aggressive play trying from the Akali. She does get the Victor out. It does look like Darius is going to be able to clean up the Akali here.
And there's the Ornal.
But all 5 people are bot lane. So it is interesting. Bethel is rotating down. Otacon is just spawned. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how Bethel responds to this. Pantheon is up. Sivir is up. So both of their main DPSs are up. And Pantheon being the big threat for Owu here. He is going to take a little chunk of damage from the Ornn. But it does appear like the call is just give it, back off.
Yeah, I think Ornn was kind of positioning himself in the middle, kind of to get them off while they like focused on Otacon.
Yeah, it's a smart call. It does look like Owu will know whenever Bethel does come towards the riverside. A minute 40 on the drag here, which is the 4th dragon for the match. So, what are we expecting potentially to see from Owu here? They do have a lot of ability to take team fights, but what are you expecting to see?
I'm expecting to see a little bit more farming on their side. I feel like since they're behind on gold, they definitely should farm in the lanes that are getting minions, like Futile Thing is doing right now. And then later on, again, focus on objectives, because that is how they're going to compensate for, like, there's disadvantage right now.
Okay. It does look like...
I was going to say, what about you? Like, what do you think your team is more focused on with their positioning and stuff?
I think they're going to try and shut out the Amumu and get a couple kills here as soon as they can. It allows them to set up for Dragon here pretty easily. We're not a W, saving the Amumu there. It does come out. Rabiana chunking down Bethel's team. Such a strong ultimate.
And that's the triple kill from Maddie. Quadra kill.
The Aphelios
by like a
quadra kill.
millisecond, he just escaped the recall.
Yeah, honestly, sometimes that's worth it. Teleport does come down middle. It does look like they're going to try and confirm it for a pentakill here. But does Kadoni know? So he backs off. Yeah, I think he knows. So that's a good amount of info. That did catch up the gold lead quite a bit. Now putting only behind about 3K, or yeah, about 3K, compared to the 6K they were behind before. So that's a massive amount of gold going into the hands of Aruka. Cage
And
does come
everyone's
out,
just rushing for the Drake right now.
and it makes sense. It's one of the stronger dragons. It's a solid damage boost. Bethel just has to clear vision here. They can't really do much. There's no fight to be taken here. Only thing they really do is just defend towers, make sure things don't fall. We do have Baron here in 2 minutes, so I expect that to probably be their next big team fight, just because of how important of a objective that can be. I mean, a well-placed Baron, or well-timed Baron, I mean, can very easily take a couple of towers, or allow the other team to take a couple towers.
Yeah, it also gives you the minion boost, which helps a lot.
Yep. So items, item checkup. So it does look like Amumu has his Sunfire Aegis up, so that's pretty strong. Allows him a lot more burns, especially when he's on top of everybody, including with the Leandre, so that does help out a lot. Ornn does have Bramble Vest, so it's going to try and stop Darius from healing a lot more. Also makes sense because he's going Thornmill here. We do have a Akali with Dark Seal with 6 stacks. So if she keeps it up, she might build Magi's here. But she does have Shadow Flame. So Shadow Flame, if they're below 40% health, abilities start doing critical damage. Pretty strong thing for her to have here. Darius Spear Shojin allows him to have more long-term team fight and allows him to do more damage with his abilities. Pantheon also with the Black Cleaver, so I'm not 100% certain if they stack, but if it does, at least in the additive form, it's like 60% armor reduction. I highly doubt that would be the case just because that is really strong. So fight does come out. Leona ult does come out here. They do.
I think they're trying to do a team fight. Oh, yeah. Never pulling back.
Okay, so they burst down Renata here. Ornn does teleport in. Sivir ult does come out, so they know that they have a lot less capability here. Ornn ult does miss Mumu, landing an amazing ultimate here, allowing or stopping a lot of the damage coming out from that Sivir. Akali just continues to poke and poke, doing her job here. Does the Mumu... No, so Mumu does not jump over the wall here.
Yeah, I don't think it's a fair play, especially if they're trying to get Baron right now.
Yeah, fair. Okay. So Ornn upgrades have begun to start. He did just get 14. Philios does have upgraded Collector. So that's a little bit of attack damage and some more lethality for him. Baron does look like he's going to fall, and it does fall. Smite comes in, and Owu takes the Baron. Yeah. And like predicted, as soon as Baron goes down, towers begin to fall. The gold lead, barely above 1,000 here now. A couple more bad trades for Bethel, and it might cost them the game.
Yeah, I definitely feel like they're focusing on objectives because they know that if they can get as much gold and as much items faster, that they can scale.
Yeah. Renata ult does come out. A TP does come out from Akali. Pantheon ult also comes out here. So Renata going down isn't the best thing. It's also not the worst thing for Owu here. Akali, though, being chased, that is really interesting here. The Pantheon stun does come out. Akali going down is...
And giving them a shutdown.
Oh, yeah. And the Darksteel stacks falling. Just a lot of things going to the side of Bethel here on that play. Does look like Akali's going to be going Rabadons here, so she is going to have a huge increase in ability power very soon. Bethel minions taking the top side tier 3. So while that entire play goes down, Sivir just split pushed, and it makes sense. It's a smart play. Uh, as the game progresses, we got more items coming out. Felios has his third item with Phantom Dancer. Sivir, on the other hand, has Infinity Edge as her third item. She does have a bit more or have the attack speed buff from her W. Looks like Sivir's is more just trying to set up for constantly having ability usages, which makes sense. She is a very poke and wave clear based champion with her W. So the longer those can be up, the better it is for her. Aphelios having more damage oriented items makes sense because he's more of an auto attack based character.
I think Amumu is looking to land an ult here if they go in, but I think they're pushing back. I don't think they know it's not worth it, and they don't have a Kali with them, so.
Yeah. Although Aphelios does have two really strong guns in combination right here with the Chakram and the Gravity Gun. So it is a very interesting play here. Bethel does look to be trying to set up something for bot lane here, but they do begin to fall back as the Orin Q goes out. So it looks like Aphelios and Leona and Victor have all backed here. Some more things coming out. So let's see which side tries to set up for Baron here, or whatever objective, because there's not really an objective on this map. So right now it's just farm, get a pick, whichever side you get the pick on, it puts the other team behind, and it allows them to push a little bit. So let's see what happens. Does look like OU is saying, hey, the Bethel's red side is going to be up. Red buff is up. They know this because the timer. Vision's being cleared everywhere across the map. So that's interesting.
I do think they're telling Paintbrush to pull back a little bit more because he has been found in situations where he's been isolated, you know, and getting those picks for the other team.
Very true, yeah. Another thing that I'm seeing here is the vision difference between the sports. 79 on Paintbrush and only 54 on Deadpool. Or no, that's 51.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a 1. Okay. Why do you think that could be?
I feel like it's been with our team strategy to just focus on vision. You know, in the past, we haven't been the best. So I think definitely having more control and knowing where the jungler is like the strategy, as many teams probably do.
Okay. So we see Leona was about to get caught out by the Akali here, but Pantheon right behind him. Interesting Pantheon E. They do roughly know where Pantheon is currently at because they've had vision on him for quite a while now. So that does take a lot of the stress off of OU here because they know roughly where Pantheon is.
Yeah.
Is that ward being hit? I actually can't tell. So there's a control ward that is in the blue side, right at the middle entrance. I couldn't even tell if that that normal word was being hit by it, but it is down. So does look like just some more classic vision clearing, making sure things go down. Bot lane does look like it has the potential of another tower or tier 2 tower going to the Darius. If he does get that, that's 1,300 gold having landed in the Darius' pocket just from the towers alone. And it does look like he's going to get it and immediately probably take the fight. Yep, he does take it take the fight straight to Orin. Bleed effect does get stacked, a lot of damage coming out. Half healthing Orin isn't an easy task, especially with the armor stacking that he has had so far. So, item-wise, Darius with the 4th item now. He has Force of Nature and Randuin, so critical hits aren't going to be doing as much. He's building more resistances now. Carly does have the Rabadons now. Aphelios has Lord Doms. Renata, Imperial Mandate.
I think we're gonna see a team fight soon.
Yeah, there's a lot of poking coming out, so that doesn't bode well for OU here. just because they have a lot of like a little bit lower health than Bethel's team.
Amumu's looking for it.
He is. He
Oh,
does.
he misses.
He does hook a minion. Wave clear is coming out, and that is a little rough. Ooh,
No, there's the
good
ult.
flash ult from Amumu. Sivir does go down. Ooh, but the Renata ult missing on that Darius. I don't even think it would have mattered just because of proximity to a lot of them. Darius getting the double kill here, knocking out the Amumu and the Akali here. So a lot of the like combat power of Owu just fell. Aphelios is still up. He is one of the stronger people on the team right now. But he is really low. Dragon is up, and it does look like that was the call being made. So dragons are going to be even, putting it to soul point for the next dragon for both teams. Woodward goes onto the blast gun, makes sense. Make sure nobody's going to just randomly hop the wall and interrupt the fight for the dragon. Does look like Sivir's going to finish off her crit chance with a Mortal Reminder. So, honestly, I'm looking at this. Aphelios, I think, is the only one with a solid chunk of lifesteal with his red gun. I'm not sure if Renata W classifies as a grievous woundable thing. Interesting thing. Leona, second
I
item.
think they're trying to position right now for something, but
Yeah.
I
Ooh,
feel like they need to push back a little bit.
yeah. A massive chunk of damage coming out onto Paintbrush, almost half healthing him immediately.
Was that the
Sivir-
Leona who did that?
No, that was Sivir.
Oh.
Yeah, Sivir Q and an auto attack came out on her, which did a lot of damage.
Paintbrush is still looking for it though.
Makes sense. They have ult up. Leona's in a little bit of a risky spot, but they do have the counter, or they do have the escape with flash up, and they're able to get a little bit of information. Does look like
There's a teleport by calling.
Yep. Does look like the attempt of Baron is going to happen again, and it does look like Owu is going to just burst it down and immediately get it. Mortal Reminder is up on the Sivir. So Sivir does have maxed out crit chance right now. But so does Aphelios. So that will be a big difference for both sides. So right now, I think that both teams are just trying to make sure they can do anything on the map right now. Bethel is just playing defense. It's what they need to do. Owu with Baron buff makes perfect sense. They're going to try and push wherever they can.
It does look like they're trying to reset.
Yeah.
I don't think they want any fights right now.
Yeah. They do probably have quite a bit of gold here. With just having taken Baron, pushing out a couple waves. A lot of calls are being made. Hey, Akali's alone. Could we take this? And as we can see with Bethel, they're pushing. But do they know the Amumu is there? I don't think they do. Akali breaking her arm guard here. So she no longer has her Zanyas. Mumu ult does come out, but Sivir does not get caught. So that is really big because it allows Sivir just to confirm the kill. On the other side of the map, though, Aphelios and Orin, they're going to take top tower here. A good chunk of damage is going to come out onto Darius here, stopping them from being able to do much. But Darius is able to get onto the Aphelios. Aphelios does go down. Orin does
get this ult. Yeah.
And Orin also goes down. Okay, so while they did get to tier 2, they did lose both people on that trade. So I don't know. Okay, so it does look like the call is being made to try and group middle top. It's a solid plan. Top tower does have inhibitor available to them. It makes sense that would be something they want to try and do here. They're just trying to play even here, not pushing too much, not taking too much here. Amumu is playing to catch out that Sivir here. Does Sivir know Amumu is there? Do they even know Renata's? They know Renata's there. A good chunk of damage comes out from the Sivir. Sivir does ult, not a fall. So does Sivir. Leona also potentially goes. She does go down here. So that is a double kill and a couple stacks back onto Darkseal for the Akali. They know where the Mumu is. It looks like they're potentially setting up to try and take it. Ooh, that's a huge steal from Bethel onto the Scuttle Crab. That just revealed a lot of information for Bethel. Okay, so it does look like there is a standoff. Dragon is coming up. Support is down, but Bethel's support and ADC are still up. So, see how this plays out. It could just go for a steal here, potentially, or they could just give. I think they just have to give here, and it is given. So Soul Point or Soul goes over to Owu. Okay. So it does look like Bethel's side.
Paintbrush initiating the fight, but he does have 3 other people with him.
Yeah. So he does have an escape plan. Mumu does hook the minion again to get a little bit closer, but I don't think he's able to catch anything. Akali taking a good chunk of her health there from the Victor. Darius does appear to be going after the Ornn here. Ornn barely missing his knockup. Do they stun in time? They do stun, so Ornn does not get to use his ult here. Darius flashing right after, getting into Owu's backside, does immediately take out the Aphelios, but Renata ult does come out. Aphelios is back up, immediately goes right back down. Akali confirming 2 more kills. Shutting down the Sivir and... Or no, that was... shutting down the Victor here. So, let's see what Akali does here. Does she out... Oh, she might. Yeah, she gets out and gets another... Oh, she doesn't. I honestly thought she got the kill there. Yeah, that's the thing.
Me too. It must have been like 5 HP.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, Storm Surge just came back up at the end of that fight, I think. So Storm Surge doesn't proc to kill the Pantheon. But Darius immediately knows, hey, best bet is it to immediately try and take as much as he can here. Does he take the top inhibitor too, while Amumu and Ornn are down? No, I think he just takes the middle inhibitor and just falls back, yeah. It's a good call. So, full builds have begun to form. Darius officially at full build. Amumu coming close. Does appear Akali is officially at full build. She did sell Darkseal. She got Void Staff. Makes sense. A lot of counterplay to that. It stops Darius's ability to survive. Baron is up, and it does appear that Bethel's going to try and take their first Baron for the match. Ooh. The Amumu does mess up the smite onto the Scuttle Crab.
There's the one.
Yeah. Ooh, that's rough.
Another shutdown on with Aphelios. Oh, yeah. And a double kill of the Amumu.
Yeah, a good ulti coming in from the Renata here. It does does take a lot of health off of Bethel's side from using Sivir. Darius does happen to escape though, so does he 1v5 here, or does he just play to defend? I think he's just going to play to defend as much as he can here. He does get knocked up here. He does land a good hook, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah. And that's the ace.
Yeah. And it looks like first game goes to Owu.
To Owu.
Yeah. So, an interesting first match. Yeah. Alrighty, so let's recap a little bit of what happened there at the end. It looked like Mumu landed a really good ult that allowed them to just take what they needed to, and then Renata immediately following up as soon as a Mumu ult ended or stun ended. Um,
Yeah. And I feel like the Amumu was definitely like a turning point for our team because, as you said initially, we were behind on gold. I think it was like 6 or like 5K, and then slowly came up. Even at the end, I think we were still behind on gold, but
yeah,
objective wise, we did capture soul. We did were able to like position our team, having that Amumu, basically Amumu and Aphelios to basically solidify the team.
yeah, yeah. The Renata ults were killer for against Bethel's team. With the Sivir always having her W active, it just powered through her team because she was just doing damage to her own team for most of it, just in herself, because the ricochet does go back onto her with Renata ult. So she was doing a ton of damage to not only your Owu's team, but also Bethel's team.
Yeah. I'm gonna be I don't know, I think next game we might see an Amumu ban. I don't know. I might be
Yeah,
calling it, but I feel like based off of the first game, we might not see a Mumu again.
yeah, it's a very strong pick to kind of counter what Bethel's team comp was, which was just front to back. Mumu just has the ability to go and bypass that. He just goes straight to the back line, immediately stops all the damage from being put out, and then Renata can follow that up by reversing the damage that Bethel has back to the enemy team or to their own team. So it makes it a little bit rougher.
Yeah. Any other thoughts though?
Um, Honestly, like you said, I think a Mumu might be banned. We may see a Renata ban. It was a very chaotic thing to see on their team. It stopped a lot from what they were able to do. But yeah, I'm excited to see the next game.
Me too. All right, guys, welcome back. I'm here for game 2. I'm Areli, or you can call me Remy, and I'm the captain of the league team. And here I have my co-commentator, Tyler.
Hi guys, my name's Tyler. Also go by Doomsday678. And I'm just a person who's on the I'm on the Valorant team this semester, but normally on League. So,
Yeah.
uh,
So wait, what position do you play on league?
I have played several positions as well. Uh, I am an ADC main. But at the start of the semester, I was playing support. Um, Things changed up a little bit. I moved over to Valorant because they needed an extra person. So things go how they go. I've played
Yeah.
top lane for Bethel. Um, as I said, I've also played support. So yeah,
Ironically, I used to be on the Val team and now I switched over to the league team. So we
fair.
switched teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know it's just for this semester. So
Yeah.
yeah. Alrighty. So it looks like we're going right into draft. Bethel has chose blue side though this time. So
Okay. I'm hoping to see like an Amumu ban because I was like, I predicted it and I hope that is the first ban. I don't know.
yeah.
Oh, Ari.
Okay.
Okay.
So interesting first band. So it looks like the bands are similar
And
so
Pike,
far.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Ari is for the mid laner. Our mid laner plays a lot of Ari, so I
Okay.
think that's where that's coming from.
Aphelios band.
Aphelios.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense. Another
Okay.
Oriana band. Okay. That is a strong pick, especially with the potential of a rel pick for our side. The good old wait until a band comes up. I mean, overall, with the current bans that are in place, I mean, Aphelios makes sense. It was a lot of damage from last game. There's the Renata ban.
Okay.
It stops our ADC from pretty much doing anything. About to say, what?
Oh,
Your team is
I was
banning?
like, wait, a Mumu? No, I think they were trying to pick a Mumu.
Yeah. Okay. So it looks like the
Tom
same ban
Kench. Okay.
from Owu's side. Yeah. So a bit of a different band listing from Bethel's side with the Aphelios and the Renata. Those two were pretty strong in the last game. Um, Renata stopped a lot of what we were able to do. A very interesting first pick from Bethel with the Alistar, potentially. And it goes through, yeah. Okay. So it does create a different situation where Amumu can't do it. Yeah, he can't do what he was doing in the last game. because
Mhm.
Alistar is a good counter gauge, but Amumu is locked in. So we'll
I'm
see how
surprised they
that.
let him in.
Yeah, I mean, it with the Renata being banned, a lot of the follow up that existed with Amumu is gone. So, but with with Bethel also having the Alistar, it makes sense because he's able to, if Amumu goes in, immediately just knock up, push away. So Amumu has to then re-engage again.
And
Um,
then we have the Jinx pick, so that's a different ADC.
yeah. Well, Amphileos was banned. um,
Yeah.
yeah, Jinx pick is a very interesting pick here. Um, she's a very hyperscaling type character and has the ability to kind of just do what she needs to do. Silas pick though is a huge counter to Owu's team immediately. It just counters a lot of what they can do.
I see the Sivir, so they kept the same ADC.
Yeah. Makes sense. It's a good wave clear champion. It pairs well with a lot of supports. I believe it's getting nerfed soon, which makes me really sad as a Sivir main. Um, Lulu. Okay.
Lulu. Okay.
So a very different style of bot lane for Owu.
We have the same ban as last time.
Yeah.
Gwen. And then
Okay.
the Akali. Okay.
Yeah, that was a strong pick. Maybe. Okay, yeah, let's go through. um,
Malphite?
might just be hovering until they find the right person. No, it
Oh,
goes through.
no, went through. Okay.
Okay, I don't think
Does
I've.
anyone on your team play Malphite?
No, that's why I'm really confused.
Oh, okay.
Annie banned them, also coming through.
Any.
That would be a good combo if that went through. I think that would immediately big pick just because it's a really huge combo with the Lulu.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes sense why that's banned. Um, another Ornn
Okay.
pick, so
Mhm.
very similar, like lane matchups at least from so far. Yeah, bot lane's going to be a different play style with them not having nearly as much counter engage due to the Alistar like dash knockup. Lulu has to have a really quick reaction time to W him early, and if she doesn't get that off, it does put her into a different difficult situation. Um, okay,
See the
so
Mordekaiser?
Mordekaiser. So that could be flexed. We'll find out here in a second. But that could be top, that could be jungle. Similarly, Silas could be top or could be top, mid, or jungle. So
Didn't you say like a lot of people can like flex on your team? I
I would
think you
say,
mentioned one person that played all of the roles.
yeah, that's our ADC currently. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Okay, so that appears to be Mordekaiser jungle, Darius top. So this is a very interesting change up in team dynamic for Bethel's team.
Oh,
Zed.
Zed. Okay. Oh, no, Galio Zed. Okay, Zed. Zed confirmed.
Yeah. So um Bethel's more of a poke comp, I would assume, in this one. They definitely can still team fight very easily with the Darius, the Alistar, Silas. But it looks like they're just going to try and immediately possibly pull somebody into Shadow Realm and just try and pick them off as early as possible. They may try to go after the Jinx or the Lulu every fight just because of something, or even take the Amumu out of the equation so then the rest of the team can take it out if Silas gets a Amumu ult. So that is a
Yeah,
possibility that could exist. Um,
I do see that happening because Mordekaiser can just isolate someone,
yeah.
and that could be very crucial if they, get too tanky or something.
Yeah, a lot of good Silas ults or ults to steal for Silas here though. The Lulu knockup, the Ornn ult, the Mumu ult. I mean, a lot of crowd control that Silas could immediately just kind of take here and play with. Although on Owu's side, you guys still do have a really strong team fight comp with Jinx potentially going Runon's here with the Umumu ult. I'm expecting to kind of see probably a similar combo with Lulu being a little bit more on the front line, at least with how aggressive the Renata was. So she could immediately probably ult either the Ornn or the Amumu here, which makes sense. It's another kind of high CC comp.
Wow.
Yeah, Zed
I'm
still
also
feeling
excited for some Jinx ults as well, because those go
that is
across
true.
map.
Yeah, that is true. Potential of a couple of really huge snipes across map. Could put Jinx really far ahead early on. So that is a very big possibility, yeah. Zed does play a very similar role to Akali, though. So I will have to see how that goes. Zed's a little bit slipperier than Akali.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how that all goes. Any
Yeah,
other
anything
thoughts?
else?
No, okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Alrighty, so we will see you guys when the match starts.
All right, guys, welcome back.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Alrighty.
Can you guys see the screen?
Nope.
Okay.
Alrighty, so as we get the game currently fixed real quickly, we had the black screen error, which happens sometimes. Yeah. So this will be a very interesting match. Maybe I think Bethel might invade here. They do have a different team comp that might be able to do it. It'd be interesting to see if they do or if they just 5-point.
Yeah, and I'm also excited to see like the first engage, how bot lane is gonna react with the new team comp. Oh,
Hey, I called
the
it.
game's back.
Yeah.
You did call it.
Huh.
We have a
Interesting.
big invade.
Yeah, interesting.
I think they know.
Yeah, potential. Ooh, nice dodge. Okay. I'm actually kind of surprised ADC and support weren't in the 5-point position.
Minions have spawned.
Then again, I'm looking at it. Quite a few people aren't. Huh. A good chunk
Everyone's
of
just
vision.
waiting in lane.
Yeah. A good chunk of vision does come out. So, okay. So, Owu will know if Bethel leaves our jungle through blue side. So that's good information. Darius missing a little bit of potential early XP. Being a little bit late to lane. Ornn does fall back a little bit. He does remember what happened early game last match. So, not much is going on. It's just a lot of farming. So, I think the best thing we can just talk about overall is what is your favorite video game or video game
It's
series?
supposed to be video game series. I mean, I enjoy playing Val. I think I mentioned it earlier. I used to be on the Val team, so that was like my go-to. I would grind that every day. Then the game got a little boring for me. The maps just became pretty repetitive, so
Quite a bit of damage coming out from Cadoni onto the Zed over there. We did also see Jinx did flash with the engage away from the Alistar, so that's a big thing. Yeah. So okay, so Val would probably be your favorite bet then.
yeah. What about you?
Honestly, The Last of Us.
The Last of Us? Okay.
Yeah. I prefer The Last of Us Part 1 over Part 2. Mainly just because Part 2, Joel dies. And yeah. Oh. Oh, he does get
there's
the
a
kill due
flash.
to Ignite. No.
Oh.
The smite to survive. Ooh. Smite allows Mumu to survive. Zed confirms the kill. That's a little rough. Yeah.
Is The Last of Us a movie or a TV show series? I feel like I've heard that name
So,
before.
It's originally was a video game only, and then they
Okay.
had comic books, and now there's a TV show on HBO Max or
Oh,
HBO,
okay.
whatever you want to call it at this point. They've changed
Yeah.
their name for like 2 months. Okay, so just a bit more farming everywhere. Yeah, that was a rough trade middle. It does
I
put
did think
Zed
the
ahead.
Amumu was gonna be first blood right there,
I
but
did
yeah,
too, yeah.
he'd use Smite.
Yeah, that smite was really good on the Amumu side. Blue buff is down, but hey, that's like a lot of information, honestly. Bethel got a full jungle clear. So he is already ahead. He got the Scuttle Crab. Amumu has to go up to his red side to get the Raptors. While Mordekaiser just steals his blue buff. So a much more aggressive side from Bethel this match. They know Darius just backed. Ooh, an interesting potential of a fight here. No, Amumu just backs off. Okay.
No, I think they're looking if the Ornn comes in, then maybe.
Yeah. I don't think the fight would win though, because it's 2 tanks versus 2 DPSs, so I don't know who would win that fight. Well, that and I think yeah, Mordekaiser does have the XP advantage, so it's very interesting. Level up timer does come up. Cadoni does get the level up, but the trade goes sour. Just because Zed has the item advantage. Okay, so Alistar is here. He does have flash. So I'm wondering if this will go through. No, it looks like he might just back here if nothing goes through. They don't have, or they did have vision, so Zed does know he's there because of the river. So that is a very interesting thing to keep in mind. Good news is Bethel knows where Amumu is, so they can play accordingly to that. Much slower game than last game.
Yeah, I think by last game we were seeing some
Here it
fights.
comes.
Oh,
Oh
and with the flash, does he get it with the ignite? Though?
no! Oh, and the resume, or the
There's the Amumu.
oh, yeah. I don't know what to call it. The teleport thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Zed is a very, like I said, he's a lot more slippery in comparison. Ooh, good stop from letting the Sivir push in. Ooh, and Sivir does get rooted. Amumu does come in.
Amumu's coming in.
Mordekaiser is following up, but Amumu gets hit one more time. Or sorry, Sivir gets hit one more time. Amumu is able to get another root off. A lot of damage coming out onto that Amumu. He does get exhausted. I don't know if Sivir. Ooh, not Sivir, Jinxing.
Oh,
That's a lot of damage.
Tanky. Yeah.
Ooh, and maybe the triple.
Kill.
The triple kill comes out. Oh.
No, I think it was a double. No.
Yeah, it was a double because Alistar got the last kill.
Yeah.
It would have been a triple kill though. That would have been a lot of gold onto the Mordekaiser, which allows him just to get further and further ahead. Flash comes out from the Ornn as Darius comes in, almost killing. Huh?
He's getting bullied by the tower.
Oh, I'm like, huh? Why? Okay. So a bit of poking comes out from both sides. Silas not level 6. There it is. There's level 6. Okay. Ooh. Just trying to figure out what's going on around the map. Sivir knows there's a control ward there, but also knows Lulu's there. That's a good chunk of damage coming out onto the Lulu, even though she shielded it.
Alistar's just waiting over the wall.
Yeah, I was honestly kind of expecting to maybe make a play. Ooh, that's a good potential call here. If he flash catches, no, he's not going to. Okay. To say they do have double pull. Ooh. Oh, but the teleport back though. Wait, that's so smart. He just canceled the extra damage from Zed by ulting him. I didn't know that interaction worked like that. So when Silas ulted, it canceled the Zed ult damage, the extra Zed ult damage. Interesting. Okay, looks like a potential of a lane swap this early, or just a lane assist. I don't know. Although it does look like Bethel is going to be losing some tower platings here. They do take Void Grubs, which is good. First Dragon is, once again, Hex Tech. So that will be interesting. Maybe we get the same dragon layout? Maybe. I don't know. Okay.
I think they're trying to position for Drake right now.
Yeah, looks like it. They know that, I don't know if they know. Ooh, the pushback's a little bit rough. There is 4 on, 4 OU on dragon right now, so... Yeah, I think they definitely know now. For sure. Like I said, it's a much more relaxed game compared to the previous one. Does look like we're getting another Essence Reaver from Sivir. Looks like maybe... No, I don't think that's what Kraken Slayer builds from anymore. For Jinx. It might be. Eclipse is already built onto the Zed, so he does already have first item, which is a little rough. Ooh, Darius getting the kill with the bleed once again. Ornn building Sunfire Aegis. Looks like there's a good chance.
I've been seeing like Alistair position himself like against walls, but I'm like I haven't seen him make a play yet.
Well,
I think this might be it.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, there it is. The knockout.
But the Ignite gets the kill. Or no.
Alistair
How did he get?
got the kill.
Once again, very big question. Okay. Alright, so it looks like Bethel's just trying to get this vision here. Dragon is in 330. It is Cloud Drake instead of Mountain Soul or Mountain Drake this time for the second dragon. Gold is about 2.2k. Sivir is up about 20 CS. Should have item very soon. Very similar. No, so there's Kraken Slayer. Yeah, so I believe if she backs here, she should have item. Or very close to it. Sivir
on the
in a
Jinx.
similar, or Jinx in a similar manner. So Silas does have the first one. Silas does have his first item. It is going to be a Hex Belt, which gives him another dash, and even more, it gives him a potential escape. So that is a very good thing. Mordekaiser is on the opposite side of the map, so that does put him into a little bit of an interesting position. Darius does know where the Amumu is, so that's also good information. Let's see here. Okay. So coming up on the 2-minute mark for the Cloud Dragon here. Silas does try to make...
Cool.
Silas did try to make the engage there, but Zed had the teleport that he could use to get away. He does get the engage. Ooh, there's a potential here. But Zed being slippery just gets away. Sivir
There's the Mordekaiser.
barely makes it out of the... Oh, never mind. Wait, who did Mort? What? Oh, Mort hasn't ulted.
No.
All right. Sivir somehow barely escaping the... Amumu ult. Yeah, that's
There's a
just rough.
shutdown on the Mordekaiser.
Yeah.
How much
Alright.
gold is that?
I think that was like 150. Okay. We do see here, Jinx does have 1.2k gold. That's a kill onto the Zed for Cadoni, for the Silas. Darius is proxying, but he is going to get caught here. Does he know that Amumu does not have all... Ooh, good stop. Knock up back, though. It does potentially give them the kill here. Darius, though, says, I have healing factor. It doesn't matter because Amumu is able to take him out. Ornn does get his item here with Sunfire. Darius also having his item Black Cleaver once again. Amumu with Neon Drace. Mordekaiser just barely behind item-wise. which is kind of interesting. We do see a different support approach, though, with Lulu going Ardent Sensor, so she is going to give some more attack speed, and also on-hit damage. So Jinx is going to be doing a lot more damage, especially with her having Kraken Slayer, where every 3 autos, they're going to do a burst more, or like, I think it's like 135 more damage, scaling with missing health. So that's going to do quite a bit of work. Alistar with the Locket of the Iron Solari, so some shield power for their team. So, Bethel currently getting the dragon here. Lulu does spot them. Does she get caught? She does get caught. Orin, teleport coming in. Mumu ult does fall a bit short, not landing anything. There are 4 people there. Stylus does have the potential to absolutely destroy their team. Ooh, a good pick coming from the Silas. Gets the Amumu. Mordekaiser does fall. Silas does fall. That is
triple kill on Jinx.
4-4. Ooh.
I think we were just talking about it too, how she just became more powerful with her stacks.
Yeah.
I'm like, we just saw that there.
Yeah. Jinx is one of those champions that the faster or the more kills she can get, the better off she is. But a big thing that just occurred before they got that tower, Darius got the top lane tower, putting it to the last objective for the feats. So, Bethel just needs one more objective to, or one more neutral objective to get the feats, whereas Owu only needs, or still needs 2. So they need to make a choice here. Do they go after the Herald here and tie it up, forcing the fight for Dragon? Or do they just give the Herald here? Bethel does look like they're setting up for it, with Alistar already being there. He is playing a little close for my liking, personally. But it does look like they're just going to go for it. Bethel's going to go for it. Zed's being bot lane. He doesn't have teleport. Alrighty, and Bethel obtains feats. So from here, what do you think Bethel might do just to see if they can catch back up a little bit? Because in my opinion, I think Bethel's behind, even if they're ahead of gold.
Yeah. I mean, they did get feats though, so I do think that like at least puts them close-ish. I don't think it's a big gap where it might cost them the game, but I definitely think that they should focus a little bit more on farming and getting those picks with the Mordekaiser.
Okay. To explain why I say that, with Zed having already kind of being ahead XP-wise, and also component-wise, I feel like he's quite far ahead. Jinx has got a ton of money that she can play with here, and so I think she's just ahead item-wise. Yeah, with her being almost 1,000 gold ahead, or 1,100 gold ahead of Sivir here, even though she's got less farm. She has the more potential to do things. Although Sivir's next item is one of the cheapest items in the game, so that does help her quite a lot on trying to get her get ahead with item-wise.
I see their positioning here. I don't know what they're about to do. Alistar's just in the bush.
Yeah, great question. Neither do I. I have no clue what.
There's just like lots of ping. Maybe they're trying to get the pick here on Paintbrush, but
yeah. Although they know where most of Bethel's team members are. If they can catch, oh, I see the plan. Okay, they're going after the tower.
okay.
That's oh, I thought that was Mortal. No, that was just him getting the thing. So a big thing about Mordekaiser that kind of will really annoy Lulu, his passive still goes off even if he's polymorphed. Like, it will still do damage even while polymorphed. Big damage coming out from the tower with a max damage Herald.
Oh, and it's done.
Yeah, Jinx goes down due to the Amumu ult from Katoni. Yeah, it's a good counterplay. I mean, like I said, Silas is just gonna has a ton of ults that he can play around, and Amumu is one of the biggest ones he can get his hands on.
I think while this was happening, they were also telling the Ornn to get tower top. I don't know if he got it, but I think he's doing it right now. Yeah,
he's doing it right now. But he is one of the slower tower takers, and Bethel just took 3 towers and got 2 kills for that play. So I don't know if it was the best bet. I think they're just going to give that tower. Yeah. They're going to see if they can get the Amumu killed here, because there is only 35 seconds on Dragon. I believe his death timer would be like 27 seconds. So it makes sense to attempt to get the kill, but they don't know. Well, they do know. They know now. They know they were on vision. Cadoni seeing if he can potentially scare something out of the Zed here. He does half health him, potentially forcing him to back here. And he does get
he's
down.
backing.
Alistar is behind. Ooh, the flash coming out from the Lulu, evading the Darius pull. That's a good evasion there. Sivir does have her second item, so does Jinx. Jinx, interestingly enough, built IE for her second item without having much crit chance. So I understand the reason why. It's a very interesting secondary item for this. Ooh, Orin does get caught out. Does... Oh, okay, I was like, what's going on? Silas Ult does go off. He did steal Orin. Darius does get the double. Does he get the triple? He does land the triple. He does come back in. Oh, Alistar, though, pushing back the Jinx, but doesn't matter. Mordekaiser immediately coming in stealing. Now, here's a big thing Mordekaiser has. That new, one of the most recent buffs made his AD scaling far better. So scaling that Jinx with her only having mostly attack damage items is massive for Orin here. And now we just see them taking Otacon. It's a really strong buff right now. If you get a kill, it slows the enemy team. You also get every single one of the flowers on the map, which, looking at it, there's quite a few on the map. Yeah, so they just went, so Bethel just went from being 6 petals to 24 petals. So not as many as I thought, but still quite a few. That's a lot of XP, a good chunk of adaptive force for all the members of Bethel.
I do definitely think that they're ahead now. I would say that getting those kills as well, and it's like with Mordekaiser, like he can just tank a lot of the damage.
Yeah, I definitely think Bethel's a bit ahead now. Mordekaiser does have one of the newer items in the game I think it's basically just Black Cleaver for ability power champions, and I'm trying to remember the name, and for some reason my brain is like, it's like Oathsworn something, but I know it's wrong. Not that one, the other one. Oh, Bloodletter's Curse, that one, yes. Thank you. But yeah, so he does have Bloodletter's Curse, which is just AP Black Cleaver. Orin does land the double knockup, but is caught in the Mordekaiser ult. He is taking a ton of damage for free. Oh, he does. Mordekaiser. Well, here's something I don't think you might have realized. Mordekaiser didn't get the Orin stats.
Oh.
Mordekaiser's ult ended before he killed the Orin.
Oh.
Ooh, I don't know what
that one.
Yeah, I don't know why Sivir went back in on that. That was a very interesting thing there. Oh,
and a shutdown.
The Lulu ult saving the Jinx's life because Darius was mid-ult animation. But here's the thing: that 5v5 or 5v4 up there was just the perfect timing for Cadoni to just push bot lane, get a tier 3 tower. Okay. So we're seeing secondary items come out. Not really surprised with the Darius going Spear Shojin. Mordekaiser having both Riftmaker and Bloodletters makes sense. Secondary item for Cadoni, the Silas, is Shadow Flame. We've got basically the same exact build for Sivir with the Roaring Quickblade Essence Reaver, and a very similar build to the Leona for Alistar with the Knight's Vow second item. Looking over towards Owu, though, Thornmail on the Amumu this time, which is kind of it's a different change. It's a change up to what he did. He did Sunfire Aegis last time. And Zed has Voltaic Edge, which the more times he uses his teleport or kind of dashes around, it recharges it, so his next auto attack does a ton more damage.
I think that Amumu wants to go for the Alistar.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that's...
Silas is fine.
Ooh, but he does steal the ulti here. Yeah. So Silas ult is down. Amumu is a
That's a
bit
good
out of
dodge.
position here. I don't particularly like this play.
Oh, but they get the shot down.
Yeah,
And then Jinx. Oh, that gives her just movement speed as well.
yeah. They were Bethel being extremely separated during that entire play.
I would say Mumu was also like over the wall, and like everyone else was like separated from him. I did not like that at the beginning. I definitely think he should have played closer.
I will. Yeah, that's true. And then Owu immediately just realizing, hey, Amumu is in a bad position. Let's rotate over to him. I just think it was a little rough that Bethel tried to do a 2-point play rather than just playing with the like what they had. They could have definitely caught the Amumu there, but they decided to go for 2 separate targets, which is really rough. Darius just continuing to push middle. Dragon did go down, so that's tied back up. Two Infernal Drakes have been killed. One on the side of Bethel, one on the side of Owu. Third item on Jinx is Lord Doms, so she's going to have a lot more armor penetration and being able to do a lot more with her team. Alright. Third item for
I think
Mordekaiser.
both teams are positioning for this objective.
Yeah. Well, it is a very strong objective. It allows for both teams to kind of do a lot. Third items, though, coming out for both sides. Mordekaiser with Rylai's is one of his biggest item power spikes. Alistar just kind of delaying the push here. Ornn does get away. Jinx ult straight down the middle. Okay, and then Darius with Deadman's Plate as well. So he's going to have a lot more armor and movement, which makes sense. Owu went from being a very like AP-based team to now being a very AD-based team. With almost all of their damage AP-wise coming from the movement. Oh,
There's a stun.
Yeah, that's kind of big. But the counter stun coming out. Owu cleaning up as but it's not over as Darius one after another. The slam dunks coming out.
I think they had a similar issue before where they think they focused on too many people and they should have just focused one at a time.
But hey, I think the big thing is that with this time they played how they needed to. Darius flashed behind the enemy team. Literally, his entire goal was just to get onto the Jinx, and he just got in there and was able to do it for free. So I think that's kind of what turned around that fight, was just that he was able to do damage to the Jinx. I don't think she realized he was there until it was too late. So that does make a big difference with that fight. So now we're in a completely different boat where Bethel has the Baron buff. So let's see how they use it. It does look like they're going to try and keep playing for poker for picks, which is interesting.
Yeah, Lulu's being very aggressive there.
Okay. I see the thought. They're going to try and push the Ornn back into the Mordekaiser. I think that was a really risky play. Ooh, that's a good blast cone coming out from the Darius there. We do see Zed has Edge of Night, which gives him a spell shield. That is quite rough. Because it stops the first engaging hit. As you can see, right there, he ate the Alistar knockup. But it doesn't matter because Darius, in from behind, immediately gets the slam dunk. But Mordekaiser takes the kill. Jinx doing a ton of damage onto everybody, but doesn't really have many resistances. Orin getting flung around everywhere.
There's the Orn ult.
Yeah. Okay, so Mordekaiser getting the ult off onto the Lulu, or no, that's the Amumu. That explains why it's still alive. Amumu ult does come out, knocking down the Orin, or the Mordekaiser, I mean.
So I feel like they used the Baron buff to at least take top tower.
Yeah. They also got mid tower, I believe. Mid tier 2. Yeah. So, items-wise, it makes sense. Mordekaiser's starting to get some resistances. It is interesting that he went Spear Visage. I think it's mainly just because of the extra healing that he gains from his W, so that makes sense. And Riftmaker. I forgot he even had Riftmaker. Yeah. Force of Nature built onto the Darius for the scaling ability, or the magic resistance.
Oh, he jumps in. I think he's trying to be able to fight.
Yeah. Ooh, good
There's the
steal
Ornal.
from the Silas. He does get the Amumu knocked up. Amumu trading spots. Alistar somehow killing the Amumu. Zed in the backline does get taken out
There's the
by
Jinx.
the Silas. Jinx does have several stacks right now, meaning she is currently a very big threat. But here's the thing. Amumu is dead. Mordekaiser is up. That is a ton of damage. So I think the play
I
is
think they
just
should pull it back. Yeah.
I think they have to give. Smite does come out.
Oh.
Ornn does fall. Jinx, though, does have crazy stacks active. But they do. Bethel does get the dragon. Okay. So it does look like mid-tier 3 is about to fall just due to minion damage alone. But Jinx is able to clear it up. She is able to stop it from being taken. Baron, almost exactly 2 minutes here. So that's some good information. Both of Bethel's buffs are currently up, though, too. So it will be interesting to see if Bethel decides to take the buffs and potentially get themselves a little bit of an advantage just from having the like red and blue buff up. But I think that's something they're going to try and save for the Mordekaiser, so he has the extra gold available to him.
Oh, this Amumu.
I don't think it's going to be enough, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with Zed coming in behind. Zed does get the ult off onto the Sivir. She doesn't spell
Jinx does
shield
try
it,
to
though.
help.
But Sivir, or Zed does fall. Alistar
there's the
does
ult.
fall to the Jinx ult, which does allow Darius to get caught a little bit more here. A lot of... Ooh, almost hitting that. And I think Darius does fall. Maybe. Never mind. Mordekaiser landing the ult onto the Jinx, getting the kill. Ornal coming right back in, but he does get knocked up by the Darius pull, allowing Darius to get a double kill. So a 2-for-4 trade, or yeah, it's a very rough position. Bethel's been putting OU into this match. They've been playing a lot more for picks than they have for like objective wise. I think that's really thrown OU for a surprise. Ooh, Mordekaiser tanking the tower here. He does have the ability to do it pretty easily just because Sivir's tower damage is really good right now. Okay. Ooh, the nice knockoff of the spell shield from the Sivir Q. That does put a 40-second timer on Zed from being able to start a fight. He can still take the fights and do them, but it puts him into a riskier position to do them. 8 seconds on Baron. Bethel's going to recall here. Set up for Baron. Ward's already out. Alistar is in a little bit of a riskier position, but he does know if they decide to come in because they know where Zed is. They know where the Amumu is. It's a lot of vision on the Amumu. So they know he's on red buff. Ooh, spell shield knocked off once again.
I do think they're trying to position themselves to get at least a pick before they go into Baron, which is why I feel like they've been at an advantage this whole game.
Yeah. It'll be very interesting to see if Mordekaiser, honestly, if Mordekaiser can either get an ult on the Lulu or the Amumu and get the Amumu kill, I think he's in a really strong position. Or even Ornn, just from the defensive stats alone. They do know where Alistar is.
Oh,
Silas
there's
getting the hit
ult.
on. Oh, the steal
Mumu
coming out
just
from
stole.
Amumu. Mumu ult does come out there. So does Ornn ult, but I think Ornn ult gets canceled.
Oh, Ornn.
Ooh, that's big though. The root coming in from the Jinx onto the Silas, so ult gets canceled. Ornn does fall. Oh my lord, that healing. from like a quarter health to nearly 3/4. Just from a shield alone. Alright, so minute on Dragon, they're trying to set up. I do think Bethel needs to back here.
Yeah. Oh,
Ooh.
there's that kill.
Okay, Paint does, or
Alistar
Lulu
goes
does go
up.
down. Jinx goes down to the Darius. Amumu starting to do a ton of damage. Silas does kill the Zed with Zed ult. Amumu does go down. This is a potential ending.
Another
before
double
Bethel.
kill.
Blue team has
Yeah.
slain an ace.
Of all the people, I feel like Darius has been getting most of these kills. I think he's 14 and 3. Yeah.
Yeah. He's been doing a lot of damage just because of his passive. Like, getting the bleed stacks, getting the ult stack. I think he just has a ton of ability just to do what he needs to do. If he can start getting some damage out onto that Ornn before he ties to the tower damage, yeah.
I do think they should reset. I don't think this would be an end.
Yeah. But here's another angle they could do. Dragon's up in 4 seconds. That's soul point. Amumu's dead for 17 seconds. They can take it. Jinx is not going to be... Jinx just came up as they get to the dragon. So Bethel could just take the dragon here, and I think that's what their plan is. Yeah.
Oh, there's the Jinx ult.
Yeah, that's honestly a huge dragon play. That's soul. Okay. Alright, so a different item. This is a really different item path for Mumu. Mumu's going more of the supportive tank build this round with Knight's Vow, and also getting Jack Show for the percentile bonuses of his stat lines. Zed has Sorelius now, so he's going to slow a lot more. Jinx is officially full build. So Jinx is going to be Jinx is, I think, Owu's biggest threat, and it has shown very much in these fights where if he goes down, it kind of puts them into a bad position. I think Bethel knows this, and they are going to catch out this Lulu. Does she flash? She does flash. But Silas right over that wall. Amumu getting caught. Does Mordekaiser ult here to cancel him out? He does ult, and he does. Yeah. He gets the kill. He just stole full Jack Show stats. I wonder if that bonus is the way I think it does. It'd be kind of interesting if it did the full bonus stats of Jack Show as well, or if it's just raw stats before time buffs. Either way, Bethel is gonna try and see what they can get here. Jinx ult does come out, but it's not enough damage. Silas ult does come out. Ornn's ult comes out. They are trying to get onto that Jinx. Jinx does get hit by quite a lot here. Redemption coming out from the Alistar. Jinx, Guardian Angel comes out. Jinx does fall. Ornn does fall. But Lulu is back up. What?
Another double kill for the Darius.
Triple kill for the Darius. And the tower does fall. Maybe. Okay, tower does fall. And I believe that is game unless they somehow throw this. Okay. Yes, okay. Nexus does go down, and that is the win for Bethel, taking us into Game 3. Yeah, that was a very interesting match. A very different style of play for Bethel.
Yeah, and I think it was definitely different from the last game where we saw a lot more aggression early on in the game. This was way slower, and then in the late game we saw a lot more team fights, a lot more one-on-ones, especially with the Mordekaiser and the
Oh
Darius
yeah, yeah,
getting 2 I think he got, like, 3 triple kills, maybe 2 double kills, like, I think it was
yeah.
just Darius versus the team at one point.
It was. I think it was the Baron fight. Darius kind of just was able to get into their backline and just shred through them.
Yeah.
So yeah, Darius was putting in the work there. I'm kind of expecting to see a Darius ban here. It's one of those picks that if he gets ahead, it's very difficult to play against because you constantly have to be calling him out. And with the Darius Mordecai, it's even harder because you have to call out both of them at all times. Um, yeah,
Yeah, hopefully we'll see maybe a Darius ban game 3.
yeah, we might. Uh, but yeah, and like I said, it was a very interesting match. I think a couple of those drag fights were the only reason Bethel was able to take them was because they were able to find the pick early on. Um, and it allowed them to try kind of push where they needed to.
Yeah.
So, all
Alright,
right,
any
and
other thoughts?
no,
Alright, I'll see you for game 3, guys.
yep. See you guys in game 3. Alrighty, welcome back, everybody. We are here, game 3. So, what are we kind of expecting bans and picks wise for this one?
I feel like bans-wise, Darius for sure.
Okay,
Amumu was not banned last game, so I don't think it's gonna be banned this game either.
okay,
And then definitely, I don't know, bot lane, I feel like they changed it up second game, so I don't feel like I think it's gonna be like the same Pike, usual bans we had last game.
okay.
What about you?
I think honestly a Silas ban might come out from the side of Owu here
Oh,
as well.
true. Silas was a
Uh,
problem.
yeah, that countered a lot of what you guys could do. Just because of the like Amumu ult being stolen constantly, the Zed ult being stolen constantly. I think it's a good just engage and counter engage ult or just character in general.
Yeah. You seem a
Yeah.
bit blurry today.
Ah, yes.
Game 3 kinda
Yeah,
shook you up game 2.
real. Yeah, I'm not really 100% certain what's up with the camera. It decided that it wanted to go blurry, but hey.
Yeah. I feel like that's how game 3 is gonna be. It's gonna be a blur.
Hey, that could be a good thing, that could be a bad thing. You never know. Alrighty, so it looks like we're getting a draft.
Okay.
Owu looks like the same bands. The Oriana, the Tom Kench, Bethel banning the Ari. They did Owu did take the blue side this time. Yep, the
Oh,
Silas ban.
Silas
So they're gonna
banned.
leave the
Yeah.
open. Now the question is, do they take it? They could very easily not take it here just because of like many factors. Not knowing what they're going to be playing against. They could expect it could be Ornn. It could be anything. A very similar manner of Aphelios Renata bans for Bethel. Mordekaiser is picked on Bethel's side, so
And the
um,
Aster again. Okay. I did
so
expect that as well.
it's looking like a potential of the same thing. Alistar makes sense because it's a good counter engage to the Amumu. It's a good counter engage to a lot of like heavy engaged champions and backline like initiators. So it makes sense. Let's see what they get here for OU for their 2 picks. We could see the ADC support combo again. Yep, so Jinx.
Oh, Jinx.
Yeah, that was a strong pick last game. It allowed for a lot early game. Um, it's just a question of do they pick another Enchanter support or did they pick a more engaged support?
What was the
If they
support they played game 1?
Renata.
Okay, Renata. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, with them already having
Oh,
okay, yeah,
Lulu.
that makes sense. Similar. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Serious.
Yeah,
So it might
so
just be game 2 all over again.
yeah. Well, not only that, but it could be. I mean, with top jungle and support already picked, we could see a Sivir ban. We could see a Victor ban. Mainly the 2 characters that have been played so far. A Kali ban makes sense. They didn't pick middle. Um, so it'll be interesting to see what they pick here for their bans. Definitely taking their time. um, yeah. I mean, overall, OU still has that same kind of team comp with the Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I
Like
was
then?
like Pike middle. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did mention at the start. Middle does play Pike, and he plays it really well. So it is a big threat that could be potentially put out there. Um, but like last game, or like English.
Like last
Like
game.
last game, the Amumu and Lulu combo is really strong, so it offers quite a lot here. Um, Zed mid lane, taking away Zed. Wow, they really don't like you guys
Interesting.
as mid laner.
He is
uh,
really good.
yeah, a lot of mid lane champs just taken off the board. What is it? That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 mid lane champs taken off the board with a potential with the ninth one coming off the board, and it is going to be a Galio
Yeah.
potentially. So I'm expecting to see potentially a damaged. Never mind.
Mhm.
Okay. I was gonna say the potential of a damaged top lane made sense here, just because of the with them picking Galio. Galio's can go either way with tank or AP. So looks like we potentially have a AP Galio.
And then Sever ADC again.
Yeah. So I think the biggest change for Bethel's team is just that they have a more slippery mid laner versus with
Hmm.
so Owu needs to be very cautious on their backline. I think is the biggest thing to keep in mind here. Um, they're going to have to play a lot more about their Jinx because Zed can just get into their backline. But I think that throws off a lot of how they're going to be playing. So we'll have to see how that goes.
Yeah, I think also picking the mid laner we saw last game is a very bold move. We'll see if he plays Zed like our mid laner.
Fair, yeah. It could also just be one of those cases of he just tries to push for the backline as much as he physically can, and if he's able to do it well, you never know what's going to happen.
I mean, I think Mordekaiser last game was really good at that. Like, I think there was this one team fight where he was just able to like pierce through everybody, focus the Jinx, get her off, and
Yeah,
like basically destroy the team afterwards.
yeah. Um, And not only that, but I mean, Mordekaiser also like as soon as Amumu tried to go in, he just immediately ulted him, so he couldn't get the Amumu ult off. I
Yeah,
saw that. I saw that twice actually, where Mordekaiser ult went off, and then Amumu ulted in Mordekaiser ult, which
yeah.
really was a good call from Bethel's side. It just stopped the Amumu entirely. Um, so yeah, it will be very interesting to see how this match goes. Um, I think there's going to be quite a lot more team fights on Obo's side. And I think it's gonna be similar to how Bethel's team fights were the first game with Pantheon.
Yeah.
Yeah. The question is Gallia going to take TP?
That is one thing we'll find out.
Could. It's not a bad pick. But with him also having, his ultimate, it could go either way. It could definitely go either way. So yeah. Any other thoughts?
I think we're ready for game 3.
Yeah. Let's go for it. We'll be right back with game 3. Alrighty, and we are right in for game 3. Starting off, it's a very similar manner. Support and ADC for Bethel need flipped around real quickly.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
But it does look like top. They are going to try and do a minor top invasion here. They do spot out the Galio. The Galio is going to
30
rotate back.
seconds until minions
Bethel
spawn.
Owu does get the word out. Bethel does get a follow up with it. So that happens. Now the big question here is, does Owu? No, they don't have a ward in Bethel's blue side. So Bethel does have a bit of an information advantage here. So that is good for them. They will know roughly where their jungler is, just because of how fast Amumu can clear.
Minions have spawned.
They think they have vision on Raptor Pit, so that's also good.
I feel like it's gonna be a very slow start.
Yeah. I think everybody's gonna play super chill.
Especially with a new mid laner yet again.
Yeah. Yeah, I really don't know how mid lane's gonna play out this game. We kind of have an idea of how top and bot are gonna play out, but mid lane is the interesting one. Ooh, good chunk of health there. Another miss from Kadoni. He does get the auto off, so it does change or trade back the damage. Ooh. Adoni taking the minion wave. Oh, I was gonna say that feels like a really slow start for the jungle. Yeah. So while we are currently just waiting for lanes to progress enough so things can occur. Ooh, actually, just realized something big here. Bethel's bot side hit 2 first, so they did get a bit of more of a push in. Yeah, there's not much going on. Got a roam coming up mid lane. There's a potential of getting a kill here. He doesn't know. He does know now.
No.
Ooh, I think he should have. I think he should have just sent the full knockback. Honestly, I think if he would have sent the full knockback, but I don't think it would have been able
There's
to
the
kill.
Amumu.
Yep, it does force
Oh,
the Sivir
there's a
flash
flash.
out. Amumu
I
does
think they
take-
might get first blood here.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a little rough for Bethel's side because it did go to the Jinx. Jinx does also have Cole, but I don't know why she kind of went that just because she doesn't have the same type of wave player Beth or Stever does. So there's a difference. I guess it makes sense just because she wants to see if she can get ahead, which makes more sense why Mumu just level 3 ganked bot. Something we do see here is Mumu does still have his entire blue setup, and they're already rotating to make the play that they keep making. Yeah, honestly, I think Mordekaiser should just send it for the blue buff, and Mumu's just gonna be pushed behind further and further. Galio trying to push the lead as far as he can. Amumu going on his wolves, trying to salvage something he can salvage here. Zed tanking minions just to keep the wave in a stable state so he can play longer or play around it better.
Oh, I thought he was gonna.
I thought he got the back
Oh,
off.
there's
Yeah.
the flash.
There's the flash. There's
Lulu's
the
coming
barrier.
in.
Nope, that wasn't barrier. That was just a Lulu shield. That looks like barrier. Lulu does pop heal though, so that is something to keep in mind. Exhaust has been used. Alistar is still a very big threat right now because he does have flash. Sivir placing her first ward of the game. Jinx still hasn't placed her first ward of the game. So let's see where she places it eventually. I'll try to keep track of that. Yeah.
I think
So far,
both teams are positioning for Drake. It is coming up in 15 seconds.
yeah.
They
Ooh,
have some
that's
vision,
actually-
but you know.
Ooh, good pull. Good damage coming out from Mordekaiser onto the Galio. And prolonging the passive, the Mord passive. That was a really good play. It just allowed him to kind of just do what he needed to do. That hits? Okay.
That's me like 80% of the time, being like, "Are you sure that was a hit?"
Yeah, that looked outside the circle. Zed did proc Electrocute there, and I believe it should be back up here in a second. Which makes it so that he's just going to try and poke again. Yeah. Oh. I think it's a 10-second cooldown, so it is back up now. So Zed can very easily just try and play for him. Darius getting the proxy going allows him to back for free. Amumu is somewhere. Oh, in the base. I was like trying to figure out where he was on the map. Bot lane getting pushed in a little bit from the Jinx. Galio is about half HP, but does have the magic shield, so it's gonna be a little bit rougher to gank the middle. Amumu trying to go in for bot or top, but here's the big deal I'm seeing. Okay. Oh, he didn't have the Q up. If he had his Q up, it would have been a kill. Oof.
I think they do get Drake from this though.
They do, yeah. So that does put him at first objective. Now, here comes the question though. Who does he go for? He goes after the Lulu. Makes sense. They do group them together. That's one kill. Does Kato need to survive to get the second kill? He does survive, but Rariana gets the second kill. That does put it at an even point. Next kill is the feat of strength. Or no, that's the overall title. Feat of warfare. That's what I'm thinking. Mordekaiser ganking mid lane. I think he did just miss his Q. Barely. Either that or the Magic Shield just ate the entire thing. Mordekaiser really should be backing here. With
I think he's trying to go for the Amumu.
Yeah, he's down items though. He's got an item disadvantage here. He's got a ton of. He's sitting on a ton of gold. Yeah, Brutalizer coming out on the Zed here. So he's got a bit of lethality built into him already now. That's pretty good. I honestly, if I were playing Mordekaiser right now, I would sit here and back, or just to go immediately get items, rush back into. Oh, that's so much information for Bethel trying. Wow, that's a good. He gets the flash and the smite being down.
Let me give you a hug.
So the question is, what is Amumu's current smite timer? Bethel doesn't know it's back up. So they have to play accordingly for that. It would be nice if Mordekaiser had his one more camp, because he would have smite advantage for the damage. Because he's currently one smite treat off, or jungle treat off. Now he has upgraded smite. All they have to do is get 2 of these, and they get the objective point. But I think they're going to be able to get all 3 easily. Sivir, on the other hand, she is taking some hits, but I think she just blocked that one, so that's fine. Very, very slow comp game.
Oh, and there's the Alistar.
Yeah. Very slow game in comparison to previous ones. But slow games don't always mean even games. Yeah, I mean, as we can see, this is a good matchup for Zed because Galio is a magic resistant thing. So his entire goal is that he's going to be good against the Mordekaiser. He's going to be good against the Mordekaiser. As I relook at the team, he's going to be a good disruption because of his taunt. But he doesn't have the same capabilities of survival as, let's say, a Zed, because the Zed has the teleport. He's got a lot more damage. The question is what is Galio going to be building? All we know is he's got played the steel caps. So he is going a tankier route. Mordekaiser does get his first back off. He does rush. Yep. Yeah. I was gonna say one lives just barely.
I think he needs to pull back.
Yeah. But Unleash Teleport comes up. So Ornn is the only, or no, Ornn and Galio both have teleport. So Galio did take teleport. Something I am noticing. Jinx still hasn't placed a ward. We're 10 minutes in.
We don't need vision, guys.
Yeah, that's fine. Ooh, good flash, good knock-up. Full combo comes out from Jinx, but doesn't connect anything but the W. Zed, on the other hand, is currently behind them, allowing him to potentially do something. Nope, he's just gonna go back.
He just stood there thinking for a second.
Oh, stopped. He's going for it. They are going to all end this lane, this tower here. Tower dive comes in. Jinx getting her ult off. Galio having ulted. Alistar is still tanking the tower here. He is going to fall to the tower. Lulu taking a ton of damage from the Sivir Q. Sivir does have first item. Ooh, that's going to stop the back. That's not stop the back. The Ricochet doesn't connect. Okay.
It almost stopped it.
Yeah. Amumu is middle. Jungler and mid laner are both there. Amumu's attempt of a push didn't work out that well because it didn't get into the tower. So Zed does get his full mini wave for that still, or at least most of it. Jinx going with a completely different build here. Actually, she's got Tall, so she's gonna go more for her first 10 seconds of a fight. So if she can get a kill within the first 10 seconds, Tall is going to give her so much power. Bethel does start off for the second dragon of the game. They do have full control over the bot lane. Jinx ult does come up, connects, what? A
Moving
Mumu
with the steal.
steal. Okay. So, we get a Mumu dead.
Lots
Nice
of
cover.
damage going on.
Zed is behind it on the Lulu. Jinx does confirm a kill. She does confirm the second kill. Zed does confirm the Lulu kill. Does he confirm the kill on the anyone else? Doesn't look like it. So, that was a good steal. It was a good trade. They did a 2 for 2. They got the dragon. That's a good trade for Owu here. Bit of a fight goes down top. Not much is created except for a little bit of Darius HP, but he's got the heal. Zed teleporting behind, dodging the knock-up. He is quite low though, so let's see how this goes with potential here. He's gonna be able to back. Okay. Yeah, so I have a slight gripe right now. I'm looking at this. How does he have honor level 5? I only make this joke because I've been sitting at honor level 4 for like 4 months now. Makes me cry. Anyways, Darius getting a nice pull and gets, yeah, as Remy said, gets the flash out of Warren. Jinx ult, not ult, Jinx W connects with the Sivir. Okay, so right now, what do you think the best call for either team is?
For what team?
For either team.
Oh, for either team? I mean, right now, I feel like they've been pretty even with objectives and stuff. I feel like if Owu wants to replicate what happened in game 1, they definitely need to prioritize objectives, because again, that helps them, you know, get more kills and steamroll the other team at the end. But I would say for Bethel, I think getting the picks is the best part. I think if they did what they did game 2, get the Mordekaiser really fed, get Darius really fed, like you said earlier, like Darius, once he gets ahead, it's really hard to come back from that. I would say getting Darius like to be the star of the show again would be the play here.
Alistar just tanking everything, walks out of there like he didn't even get hurt. Darius,
Alistar's a threat. He's literally been around the whole map this whole game. Like he doesn't even stay bot lane.
Yeah. And Lulu's trying to keep up with him now. Ooh, good catch on the Darius here. Mordekaiser preparing. Warren having lost an entire wave, potentially going to lose a second wave here. He's already lost one minion. It does look like the call is being made to go for Rift Herald here, which would put Bethel at feats of strength. Okay, so Bethel immediately off rip is starting it. Darius gets knocked back a little bit, stunning him for a second.
I think the Amumu sees that. I think he might go for the steal. He's trying to
go for the steal.
Alistar is like back off.
And that is feats with none of Bethel being able to capitalize except for the Mordekaiser. Ooh, this is a rough situation. Jinx is about to get first tower. And she gets it.
First turret. There's Zed.
There's Galio ult coming in. Zed barely able to escape it. Doesn't get the taunt because of the Jinx W, and Zed falls. So right now, it is still very even all throughout the map. Yeah. I think this would be the most even match we've had so far. Darius just got so much information. Oh, they already knew. Never mind. I was gonna say, Darius knows that there's a ward in that bush now. But I guess Bethel already knew that, so take that as you will. Okay, so Darius using his Baron back, obtains boots and a longsword. He does have Black Cleaver, makes sense. They do have 3 tanks. Riftmaker built on Mordekaiser, Voltaic on Zed, which makes sense as a first item. Sivir for secondary up, just because it's a cheaper item, makes sense. Rod of Aegis. So Galio is only going to get stronger over the next 7 minutes. So let's keep that in mind, because he's gaining small stat increments every minute.
And there's the Drake.
Yep. So it looks like Bethel's going to be trading the dragon or the top tower for dragon. Maybe not. I don't think Ornn has the wave clear to potentially get this to work the way he needs it to. But Bethel's clear with their dragon. That's Jinx ult, yeah.
Okay.
Nope. Okay, so Owu does get the top tower here. Mumu proxying, so making sure that Darius can't move up without fight. Ooh, good stopping power from the Galio here, but Bethel is just saying, okay, cool, you can have our top tower. We're gonna siege your entire bot lane. Taking the Rift Herald for a full damage hit onto the tower here. Galio trying to play for the tech of hitting. Rift Herald is it was still up, but Sivir was taking power, so making it back down. Darius getting a couple good hits in, gets the Galio out of the game. Good dodge from Deadpool over here. Miss dodging the Jinx W. So Sivir is going up the Ornn here. Sivir does have a minor advantage here of Ornn's attacks are very, very choreographed. So she's able to spell shield a little bit better if and whenever he tries to do anything, unless he ult or E's against a wall, like point blank. Yeah. Bethel is barely ahead with 2k gold. But it doesn't really feel like it. Just because of the items that are being built on Owu's side. Jinx already at 50% crit rate, I believe, because she's had Yontal for a while and just got her her other stat. Yep, 50% crit rate. She also has quite a bit of AD already with having 230 AD, so she's gonna do quite a bit of damage. And that's only going to scale because, as you saw, she does have Gathering Swarm.
It's the Ornn getting 2v1. And then Darius with another kill.
Yeah. And that's Ornn's first death, by the way. So that's a full 300 gold shutdown. Or not shutdown, but worth. It does appear that Owu is setting up for Otacon here, and Bethel might just trade it for a bunch of towers. Zed does get caught and is taken down.
There's a teleport.
TP does come out from the Galio. And it appears everybody from Bethel is starting to just say, okay, cool. Let's see if... Nope, they're just going to give, yeah. Okay. Galio is going to try and play around here. The question is, does Bethel attempt to make a play afterwards? And it looks like they tried to, but weren't able to successfully pull anything off. Okay. So right now is just the calm before the storm, as the dragon comes up in a minute 45. So I'm expecting to see Bethel try and set up vision in their in Owu's jungle, quite hot and heavy as soon as they can, which is probably going to be around a minute 10 on that dragon spawn timer. It is a really strong dragon now that I'm thinking about this, because of them having the Sivir ult. Anytime any of them ult, they're going to have a ton of movement speed if they get soul.
I do feel like there hasn't been as much vision though, at least on Owu's side. Like you said earlier, the ADC took forever to place a ward, so I'm hoping that more wards are placed.
Ooh,
at least especially with the objective.
Yeah, this is a potential of shutting out somebody early on. And
Oh,
with the
there's the
being
Amumu.
there, yeah. The big thing that I'm seeing here is they both have a lot of... Oh, there's the kill. Yep.
Nope, and the shutdown.
Yeah.
I think they're looking for another pick here.
Yeah. So Galio is almost to max Rod of Ages stacks. He does have Riftmaker here. So OU has no clue where most of Bethel's people are, which is very useful for Bethel. But at the same time, they know where a couple of them are. They know Sivers go into Dragon, so they know to set up for Dragon. They can see them on Dragon because they have a ward there now. So what's the call OU's going to make here? Are they going to just say, okay, we got everybody here, we just play safe? Or is Bethel just going to play a timeout?
Oh.
It looks like
Hero's going in.
Yeah.
I don't think Amumu's going to join in yet.
Free.
He's thinking about it.
Hero is able to do a lot of stuff for free just because he has that magic resistance shield. But here's the thing I'm seeing. Bethel just bought enough time to get Darius back in the fight. And Zed is behind them. So Zed already has a good advantage point here over OU. And Amumu just missed a Q, so he's on cooldowns now. It might just have been a call here just to give the dragon here. Or potentially like delay it and let them start and try and send Alistar over the wall with the... Yeah, I think it was just a call to give and steal. Potentially steal. The steal doesn't come in. Mordekaiser ult does not go off. But Bethel is taking full advantage of this, taking 2 towers. Almost, maybe 3 here. Yeah, they're taking 2 different towers at the same time. Bethel doesn't get the mid lane. Oh, nope, they get the mid lane. Do they get the bot lane too?
Barely.
They do not get the bot lane.
By like
Bot
1
lane
minion
tower.
hit.
Just surviving. That would be rough.
You think it was worth it though?
For what Cloud Soul is worth, I think getting a tier 2 tower and a tier 3 tower is extremely worth it. Just because it pushes a bit more of a defensive nature into OU here. Because now they have an inhib that need to defend.
That is true, yeah. And they also have to clear bot wave as well, because one more hit and then they would also lose that bottom tower.
But something I am seeing here that there is a good potential of here. Zed might catch out this Jinx here. Although I think Zed has realized that he got caught by the minion. Ooh, does he have the knockup still? No, he does not. But I think Warren just falls anyways. Oh.
Use the Lulu help.
Honestly, that's a good trade. They got everybody from OU in middle, so Zed is able to get this bot tower for free.
I think Galio realized this. He's like trying to head over as soon as possible.
Yeah. Galio was full health, what? Oh, it was Ornn. Never mind. What am I thinking? Like, how did Galio just reach full health? Yeah, they're playing this. Bethel's playing this really well. It's splitting up OU really heavily. They know Ornn and Galio are caught. They know Galio doesn't have ult. Ooh, that really huge ult from ult OU here.
Oh, double kill.
That's a triple kill for Ornn.
And a shutdown.
Yeah. I don't think Mordekaiser's been able to land an ult. I think he's holding it for next game. Looks like.
Game 4.
Yeah, don't worry. I don't think we've seen an Ornn or a Mordekaiser ult this match so far. Mord does have Rylai's, so he is gonna have a little bit more power here. Ooh, this is a good catch. This is no longer as good of a catch as I thought, just because of the Lulu.
My ult. Oh.
Yeah.
That Lulu keeps saving everyone.
That polymorph is rough. Okay, so we do see
there's the Mordekaiser ult.
Ornn is gonna get full caught out here. He does escape the Shadow Realm, but it doesn't matter. Jinx ult comes out. Sivir getting the shutdown. So it wasn't the biggest of shutdowns, but it was a shutdown nonetheless. If they can get a kill on any of their carries on that Jinx, that's a 900 gold like bonus. Pretty much. That's 900 gold. So let's see what happens here. Mordekaiser is gonna find the Jinx here. He is gonna take a bit of damage. He does end up getting the blue buff. So that is good. That's a full team blue buff for Bethel. So it looks like they're going to play opposite sides of the map here. They know where most of O is, which is good. And I think they're just trying to set up to kill this Galio. Yeah. Owu doesn't know where Bethel is. Owu getting the Galio caught out. He is going to take a ton of damage. He is going to Zanya's. I wonder if they're going to focus on trying to take the tower here. Well, Darius tanks the tower. Okay. So they get
and the
tower
shutdown
here.
goes to Darius.
Yeah, that's fine. That's huge for Bethel, in my opinion. A little bit of the... Ooh, Jinx almost taking out the Darius. Ooh.
I think Lulu's saying, come to me.
Yeah. 7 seconds on the dragon. Does Lulu get caught here? If she gets caught here, I think that's game over for their attempt on this dragon. She does not get caught, though. Never mind. Oh, another time of ult. I don't think he was able to ever ult in that situation. It does look like he is getting Spirit / third item. Basically the same.
Darius is coming back.
Yep. Cadoni in behind them. I think they know. They 100% know. Yeah, this is a very rough match. It's still very even in reality.
I think it honestly depends on like the next team fight and the cooldowns. They could just basically end whichever way that is.
Potentially, yeah. And I think both teams know this. I think that's why they're playing so safe. So they were just clearing her waves like she needs to here, making sure that it's almost impossible for them to push anywhere. The next objective is in 2 minutes 20 seconds and it's top side. So the question here is, does Bethel play to capitalize on them trying to take it and just push everything?
Yeah, I mean they've been using that strategy this whole game, so I think they could make that call.
Yeah. The big thing that I'm seeing here is if Bethel is able to take both inhibitors at the 1 minute mark, Owu's not able to defend, or Owu has to defend. They cannot play for that objective. And I think that's the play that Owu realizes. And so they're not going to be able to do it. One thing I have noticed is Amumu is stacking armor pretty good here. Same with Ornn. And it makes sense because Mordekaiser is the only AP on Bethel's team. And he's still pretty far behind. So it'd be very interesting to see how this goes. Alright, so looks like the call for Baron is being made by Owu. So let's see how that ult goes down. They do catch a bit of Bethel's vision. Zed getting caught out potentially here. Could die here. Okay.
There's the Amumu and Lulu there.
Yep. But heal comes out, teleport back. Does he get caught here? Alright. So Cadoni just still running laps around the Mumu, allowing Bethel to do what they need to do. Like I said, if they get both inhibitors here, I think it's game if they do that. Ooh, a good Amumu onto the Zed. Catches out Cadoni here. Alistar about to get caught as well. Lulu is chasing him. Can Alistar? Nope. Yeah. Alistar
they're calling
dies.
for this Mordekaiser.
Yeah. Ooh. No. I keep thinking that sound is Mordekaiser ulting. Okay. So, Sivir and Darius are going to both back here. Kadoni on a 25-second. Alistar on a 20-second. They... Ooh, able to get the Baron here. Yeah, let's see how this goes. The wave clear is gonna. I think the wave clear from Sivir is gonna be the hardest part for them to get past. They have to kill the Sivir here if they ever want to try that. Even with Baron buff, just because Sivir's almost full build, she's building Bloodthirster from the looks of it. It's gonna be very hard for them to push. But Sivir is a little bit overextended in my opinion. If Mumu was there, she could just hop the wall. Darius is there to counter it though, so that does. We do have
There's the Alistar.
Ooh, Lulu, Flash, and Galio ult. So that's a huge amount of util down on the side of Lulu. But it does look like Amumu's going to back while Bethel sets up for the dragon here. We got.
And we have
Lulu
3
off back,
backs.
One's backing, yeah. Wow, Olu just gave up a lot. 4 backs. Jinx is the only one not backing here. If they can catch out Jinx within the... No, they're not going to be able to catch out the Jinx in this like short time period. But if they were able to catch out the Jinx in that short time period there, I think it might have been really rough. Orin has the potential to land something here, but he's not going to be able to. Yeah, Bethel realizing because this is Soul Point, they have to make a play here. And the decision is, do we just send somebody to split? And it looks like Zed is going to be potentially a split push here, which is big if he can get it off. But he's going to slip back. They're going to go for the dragon here. They know Orin is not in the fight. He does have TP, though. They know that much. Darius in their back line already. He's going to take a hit from the stupid plant. But he is going to land a couple of hits here. He got the clean off. He gets the kill on the Jinx. But Mumu taking the Jinx out. Sivir getting the Mumu. Mordekaiser having ulted Lulu. He does have a little bit more AP. Kadoni barely escaping with his life here. Sivir is still up, chunking down the Galio. Galio gets dropped. Jeremy pushing onto the Orin. Orin gets dropped, and I believe this is game. They do have the time to push.
3 shutdowns.
Yeah. Mid lane is getting pushed. Bot lane is getting pushed. I think they have the potential to end here. Lulu and Jinx could come, or are going to be up. Amumu's going to be up. Sivir is pretty low. She could die here. So that's something we got to keep in mind, that Sivir can die here.
Even then, I think with the Mordekaiser, they end.
Potentially. Mordekaiser doesn't have ult, so he can't just pull somebody to the Shadow Realm. But I think with Sivir's damage output, I think it's just over. Yep. Alrighty. And so that is game 3 going to Bethel, and that is the match going towards Bethel's side. Yeah. Very, very interesting third match. It was really even for almost the entire game.
Yeah. I think definitely it felt like it was a combination of game 1 and game 2 together. Slow
Yeah.
start at the end, it was way faster, and having those team fights over like the objectives was definitely interesting to see.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely think one of the biggest turning points, and like we both said, it's going to be one fight. One fight ends the game,
Yeah.
and it really did show just how one fight can turn a game, and that's all League of Legends really is just one fight can turn an entire match.
Yeah.
So
Any final thoughts?
no,
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. This was definitely a fun 3 games.
yeah.